Well, excuse me. Today is another video that I'm going to talk about development in the Gambia. My previous videos I spoke about erosion along the coastal lines of our country. Then I spoke about rain, how it affects our communities, how we need to dig trenches in certain lowland areas so that the water will be able to run freely without any hindrance that way. And I also said certain people need to be uprooted so that we can have space for those waters to be able to station and not affect a large community in certain vicinity. So those are my previous videos. That's a summary of my previous video. The second video that I'm going to talk about, environmental sanitation in the country. When I say environmental sanitation, I mean trash. The government should invest a lot of money in putting, let's say, trash bins in certain locations within the country, within the greater Banjul area up to Brikama, where people should be able to put trash inside of them. And the police should also enforce those rules. If they see you throwing anything anywhere, you should be given a ticket or taken to mile 2. Because environment is also part of development in any country. If we have trash everywhere, people are peeing everywhere, they should also invest, the government should also invest money in installing toilets in certain locations where public toilets, that's what I mean, like restrooms, public toilets in certain areas up to the coast area where the kids, youths go and hang out along the beach, where they don't have to go to certain buildings or certain businesses to ask for permission to use their toilet facilities. And we should also employ people who will take care of those toilets. Or when you are using those toilets, you pay certain kind of fee, and that fee should be used to take care of the sanitation of those toilets. That's one of the suggestions that I'm giving. The other second thing that I'm going to talk about is rampant corruption within either the public sector, the government. When you talk about corruption, a lot of people think that it's only government. It's not only government that is corrupt. Individual people can be also corrupt. That is, let's say, if you want to buy a certain product, you know that the price of onion maybe is $10. That's what it is. The real value of your onion is $10, and you want to sell it at $20. That is another form of corruption. It's not only the government that will take people's money when they go outside. They ask for money on our behalf. They come spend only 5% of it, and then the rest goes to individual corrupt entities, which is people who are possessed by demonic energy. Even the private sector is the same thing, because when you are molded as an individual, when you are growing up, you are molded as an individual. The efficacy that you carry, that's what you carry to either government office or doing your own personal businesses as you move around. This world is negotiation. But if you have the efficacy of corruption within your mind on how to make fast money, and you are corrupting everybody, you think, and then after that, when they say who is corrupt, you think that it's only government? No, all of us has to play a part. You can't just inflate your product prices, which is happening in the Gambia now. A lot of people will inflate their product price because there's no price control. Or just because there's no price control doesn't mean that you should sell your product at a very inflated prices, corrupting everybody else. You think that you're going to be rich with that kind of money, and tomorrow that money is not going to stay with you. You might have, because money is energy. If you get it through the corrupt means, it's not going to stay with you. that money is not going to stay with you. I mean, look at different families. If you, I remember, I'm not saying that certain individual were. Look at rich people who were rich before. Sometimes they'll be rich for a certain period, all that stuff, because they didn't have the wisdom, the energy that is needed to retain that finances, or they acquired through scrupulous, through corrupt means. That's why that money is not going to stay with them. You go, the same thing, you go to government offices or private banks or certain institutions, when you arrive there before anybody else, because you don't know anybody, they will service somebody who came 1 hour or 2 hours behind you. They will say, Hamna Dew, I know so and so. So that's why they will service that person in front of you. It's another form of corruption. We also need to take responsibility for our own action. You can't blame it on other people only, because government is just, this Gambia government, a lot of governments around the world are not owned by the people. I'm telling you, it's not, they are not owned by the people. You need to really know who is controlling your government for you to really know that, okay, these people are just here to service you a little bit and service the people who are probably controlling them somewhere else. You know? So, in terms of development or doing certain stuff, we need to also participate as communities to develop our own localities, because everything starts with individual. When you are born as an individual, responsibility become an individual, and then you expand out to your family, friends, and then the world become a negotiation, because everything about this world is negotiation. Other than as an individual, which is I am. If you really know what I'm talking about, you know, the rest is just a negotiation. Your movement, your interaction with people, you are really, it's just energy exchange and negotiation. That's all it is. So development, individual people, communities has to start developing, or also need to request proper development within their community. Don't let these people come, okay, they bring government money, spend it. The quality of the service that they give you is just poor quality. I mean, you might think that, okay, that service is good. By now, I keep on saying, look at Rwanda. Rwanda came through a civil war. Within 30 years, Paul Kagame has developed. Rwanda is one of the cleanest countries in Africa today, and one of the developed countries in Africa, and safest. So if we have leaders who don't have interest, the interest of the country at heart, what are we having? When election comes, they go around certain people because of they were able to fool people on these tribalism issues. So people are so entrenched in tribalism to the point they don't see beyond the tribe, their own tribe, to say, okay, so and so is a good person. You know, it doesn't matter what tribe or what language he speaks. Let's give him the chance to run the country. If I am not a Mandinka, if I am not a Wolof or Fula or Karonika, whatever, so I don't stand a chance just because I don't belong to your tribe. This is why we are still behind. It's almost 60-something years after independence, that little strip of land cannot be developed, because tribalism is very entrenched, and tribalism is just a mental construct. It's a mental construct. Tribalism is a mental construct, just a way of dividing people, because if you believe you are separate from other people, not knowing that when you are born as part of a community. We are all connected. We're part of God. This tribalism issue, let's just put it behind and look at the interests of the community and develop. Because if I develop my community, you come there and you are receiving good services, it's for you. It's for your own good and the good of the country. So this is where I'm gonna end my video today. As I said, criticism, I'll criticize. I'll also give suggestions where suggestions are warranted. So stay safe and blessed. Thanks, Gambians.